All right. It's this has been a debacle. Debacle. So I don't know what's going on with my internet connection. Seems like there's a problem here at home, maybe. So I'm going to let's edit. Actually, I don't even know what to do with these. So let's just put this as unlisted. Save. And this one actually seems like it might be working. Let's see. Is it working? Is it working? It is working. What up, Russ? Let's see. Steven and Jacqueline. What up, Steven? How you doing, man? It is. This is a. I feel like I need to log in from my computer, my laptop, and stream from my laptop because my goodness, I feel like this drink was earned. Can't watch, but the like button. Thanks, Susie. This stream is dead. Refresh. And let's try to play. Yes, it was, Steven. Hustler says, I love my notifications. Yes, indeed. Hog. And try again. Oh, damn it. Oh. All right. Let's see if that actually works. I'm going to try and let's go back to details here. Close that one. Oh man, I all right, let's try this again. Oh, yes, finally. That one works. So I'm going to unlist. Actually, edit. No. All right, I'm sorry. Let me give me a second. Unlisted. Done. Save. Finally. All right. So it seems like the live stream is actually working, and I'm going to try and log in from my laptop. Stream yard. And oh crap, I need to send myself the link or something. Let's log in. Give me a moment, guys. I'm sorry. This one, log in. I send me an email with the login code. Fucking every time. Do. All right. So it's funny. Earlier today, Marcus was like, "Send me the link to the stream," and I said, "It's not a group stream." Well, guess what? It might be tonight. It might be a group stream because the stream was not working on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but the app kept crapping out and it would start for literally 15 seconds before it would die. All right, so I'm going to switch. Put headphones back into my pocket. And let's enter the studio. Oh yeah. Inception here. The stage. Yes. Ooh. Okay, so using my laptop here. Sorry. I'm going to catch up in the comments in a moment now that I have my laptop going and I can actually, talk to you guys, but all right. So we're doing the stream tonight via StreamYard. So if anybody wants to join the StreamYard stream, let me get the link, and I will post that. Oh no, not bookmark. Boom. So if anybody is, all right. So let's see. We got Steven here. Hog, the hustler. Steven says this is the third try. Yes, it was. So blind man, what up? What up? What up? The hustler said, "What's up, Dash? Good evening, all my barbecue friends." Neil says. Steven says, "Howdy, blind man. This ooh, deserved tonight. Sorry, so we are just under 2 cups. So I'm gonna pour one of those. Oh yeah, we got 8 ounces left. That's another live stream for another day. All right, so tonight we're not on the energy drink. We got the Dr. Pepper Zero Strawberries and Cream. Oh shoot, I spilled a little bit. Man. Oh boy, we are full up in the cup. Hustler says, what's up, Dash? Neil says, good evening, all my friends. Let's see. And Neil, what up, Neil? How you doing? Victor, how you guys doing?
Not bad,
good.
sir. Yourself? Cheers to everybody.
Cheers, you too. I feel like you're yelling.
Maybe I'm deaf in this ear and I can't hear nothing in this ear, so I might be yelling a little bit. I apologize. And
That's all right.
I've had a couple of these, so how it's just sort of
no problem.
It is
what you're saying. I need to catch up. That's what you're saying.
More or less, yeah. What's taking you so long?
I just got home from every now and again.
Now I hear excuses.
All right. Okay. Don't make me start cursing at you, Neil.
It wouldn't be a scream if somebody wasn't cursing at me.
Hey,
Victor,
I just want to say to any of those, I'm doing good. I just want to say to any of those people that are in Florida, hang on to your shorts. Good luck.
So actually, when we were in Florida in August at my mother-in-law's house, we experienced a blip in her power. So for whatever reason, the power went out, and she has a Generac, one of those propane generators. So it kicked back on, but because I was working and on the internet, of course the router takes a little while to reset. So I lost internet connection. I ended up having to pop my phone, the hotspot on my phone, and then use my phone to get to the internet to get back to connect to work. So before we left, I said, hey, my mother-in-law, I'm like, hey, I'm going to get you a battery UPS so that you can plug in your router so that when you lose power, if you lose power the next time, and in between the time the generator kicks on and, the power goes off, you'll still have internet access. And she was like, oh, that's great. So I bought that for her. And I sent it. Actually, I got it sent to her. It arrived the day after we left, right? So she's like, oh, hey, I got that box you told me about. We'll set it up when you come back in December. So earlier this week, she's like, hey, we're expecting to have a hurricane. I'm going to set that box up before. So I walked her through how to get it set up. So definitely she's concerned at least. But they have like I said, they have a propane generator. So she'll be probably the only house on the block, or one of the only houses on the block that still has power and internet when or if the storm is bad enough to knock out power. So
I'm glad to hear that she's got a propane powered generator. And the reason is gasoline and diesel breaks down. So it's really sad when you hear these people who they got their backup generators, they were being smart, but because it was gas or diesel, and it goes a couple years before they actually really need it, and the fuel is degraded, whereas the propane doesn't degrade.
So one of the things is, I want to say, it hurt. Like sometimes those gasoline and or diesel generators are just to run a few appliances. This is an entire house, a whole house generator. This is a system to back up her whole house. So, and
Is it
it's one
called
of
a
those.
Generic?
Same
Yeah,
thing. though.
Generac. Yeah, but what I'm saying, Victor,
But
is
the fuel
majority
is
the fuel definitely breaks down. But most of the time, people who have a generator, like even a smaller one, like I run my generator every now and again to make sure that the fuel is good and it still starts up. So whenever I need it, but I completely agree that a lot of people will have a generator in stores. Like actually, Marcus, I see Marcus is here. Marcus, when I was in Austin, we were trying to get his generator going and we couldn't get it going. But let's see who else is here. Sean, he said, "What up? What up?" Victor says, "Howdy, howdy, Victor." Steven is here. Sean's here. Neil is here. Blind Man Dave, what's up, man?
Hey, Dave.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to catch up. Dr. Pepper got some good flavor kicking. Yes, indeed. Hog says 11:15 dash passes out over under. No. Skeleton Crew Barbecue says, Happy Wednesday, fam. Susie says, Hi, all. Can't get the stream on my TV, but I can on my phone. Hope all is well. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Susie, for hanging out and joining us. So, shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the replay gang. They're not rewatching because it's their first watch. So, replay gang. That's what I think we decided that they're going to be called. Those people who aren't able to join us on the live stream, but rewatch. They are the rewatch gang. So Shade Tree Shack says, Howdy folks. What up? So Neil, what you been up to, man? How you doing? Is it cold up there yet?
No, just wet. We're we're into the wet season here, doing a lot of raining.
Last week was all week here too.
Last week was decent, but now we're into a week apparently of rain and just windy, getting ready to take all the leaves off the tree.
Yeah.
My smoker hasn't been working very well, so I haven't been doing a whole lot of videos. It's getting ready to bite. I gotta take it out and shoot it, get rid of it.
Is his name all Yeller?
Pretty much, yeah. I can't trust it. I've lost a couple of cooks. I've been cooking on it, then all of a sudden the temperature and everything, it just puts too much pellets in and almost puts the fire out, and I just get like this hideous dark smoke rolling out of it, and then all of a sudden it'll just take right on.
What I would suggest as a kind of like a first start, if you haven't already, you have a thermometer inside, like a probe inside of it. Have you scraped that clean and try to make sure there's no creosote or anything there?
I've done everything. I've taken it clean, replaced my hot rod. Okay. I've done everything I can think of. So I got a friend of mine that he works at a shop, and he's trying to see if his boss will build me a small stick burner.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work or not, but I want one about 3 feet high, 2 feet wide, 1.5 feet deep, with about 3 different shelvings in it, with a 3.5-inch pipe hole going in it, and I'm going to use an old like a wood stove for a hot box.
That will work. So the guy who, Kirk, who built my smokers, he has a smoker similar to that. And give me a second. Let me see if I can try to find. Let me see. Oh, there we go.
But I've been doing a lot of little shorts on my video. I've been going to, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Tim Hortons.
Yep. No, no one's ever heard of Tim Hortons.
I've been going. I don't know if you guys have Tim Hortons down there or not.
We don't have Tim Hortons, but anyone knows what the hell a Tim Hortons is. Tim Hortons is just like
I
Dunkin'
disagree.
Donuts.
There's a lot of Americans who don't know about Timmy's.
Yes, I agree. I think there's a lot of Americans that don't know about Canada.
What's Canada?
Well, They're the neighbors upstairs we forget about.
We leave them out in the cold. That's okay.
Hey, what province do you live in?
Ontario.
Okay. I spent a lot of time in Ontario.
I'm a little jealous. You got a nice full beard and mustache going there. You got me beat. I'm working on it, but I don't think I'll ever get there.
I think I got everybody on Dash's channel beat on that one. But
I actually had to shave it. I had to trim it a little bit the other day because I was starting to look a little bit like Dash. I was getting a little out of ruin. So I had to trim it up a little bit.
And mine's I'm sorry, go ahead.
My wife, she has a habit of reaching out and just grabbing hold of it. It's like, listen to me. It's like, so I had to trim it so she's got nothing to grab.
Did she call you out your name when she grabbed you by your beard?
She has, yep.
when I'm in bed and the cat, my lovely little cat, when he decides he wants to get cuddled in because it's a little cold out, he will step on the beard, and I don't realize it at first, and then I go to turn. Yeah, it hurts.
It does hurt. Like you wouldn't think it does, but
well, and they're little paws. I mean, he doesn't weigh a lot, but the PSI from those little paws with that weight, yeah, it hurts.
Like,
so I've learned that when he comes to cuddle with me, before I move, I pick up his paws and pull the beard up, and then let him back down. So it, yeah. By the way,
we'll have to talk to Dash's wife and get her to grab a hold of his beard when he's being bad, and he'll see what it's like.
She tries. All right, so I want to.
Damn, trying to get that light.
I'm looking back at pictures from Kirk that Kirk has sent me over the years, and I'm trying to find. He used to have a smoker that he built out of a wood stove.
Nice.
And the thing is, like, this.
That's better.
This kind of was it.
Oh, my eyes ain't that good, buddy.
Hold on. I'm gonna.
There we go.
This kind of was it.
Yeah.
And he took it and made like that. He put the firebox underneath, or he cut it out. But this isn't it. But that was, I won't say a prototype, but that was one of the smokers that he made.
Nice.
And
it's an interesting design.
It sounds similar to what you're trying to do or what you're asking for. But
yes.
So the whole thing though is his wood burning stove had the wood burner on the one side.
Yeah.
And it was an offset. So the smokestack was on that. So and I'm sorry, the reflection is
well, no, it works.
All right. So let's say the firebox is on this side, the stack was on the other side, which made it, an offset.
Right.
And I'm trying to find a good picture of it because I know he sent me a picture of it at some point.
Yeah, basically mine's going to be freestanding, and the pipe's going to come up and go into it so that the smoke will come up the chimney. I'm going to put like on a lot of the chimneys, they have like a thing you can turn to help the heat, and I'm going to put one of those, a damper. Yeah. And I want it to come up inside. The only thing I'm not sure on is the what do you call it? No, the inside that when you put that piece of steel over top of the chimney or over top of the deflector. Yeah, I don't know how big that should be. Like, does it? Okay, yeah. No, that looks good. So, and similar to what I'm thinking at.
But that is not the one that was made from the wood burning stove. But that's I want to say that was a later one. The one that he used the wood burning stove for was smaller. That particular and it was a propane tank, if I'm not mistaken. And unfortunately, of course, he's not here to, I won't say defend himself, but to speak for himself. That was like a 100 or like a 200. I think it might have been a 250-gallon propane tank that he put that firebox on the end of. And that's what he's using currently, or at least the last time I checked with him. That's his current smoker.
Nice.
But he's built probably half a dozen smokers, but one of the smokers he cannibalized a wood burning stove. I mean, like with the glass and everything. I'm pretty sure it used to be the stove he used in his shop, and he cut a hole in it basically, and then plugged a pipe onto the other end, like a
that's
a decent sized pipe.
Yeah, no, that's basically what I'm trying to get done. But I do a lot of right now. So what I do is I go to a lot of what do you call them, like chip trucks and stuff, and I get people making, like I do shorts. I have just something to keep my channel going until I get something up and running again. So,
yeah. All right, so let's see.
I haven't abandoned it completely.
So Hog says you must have scheduled maintenance on all gas operated equipment. Yeah, so we were talking about the folks in Florida or anyone in Florida and generators, gas running or gas or diesel operated generators. I know, like at my job, they start the generators and run them every week or every other week, and then once every, I don't know if it's once a year or once every 6 months, they load test the generators. So I was there a few weeks ago, and the building where I work at, they have we have 3 generators on site, and they were load testing the generators with these huge heaters. And when I say it was cool as hell, it was so cool. And when I say cool, it was warm because the generators were powering these heaters. But it was like really, and it was an interesting feat to see the generators under load, because usually they're just kind of idling, and they just idle them for 30 minutes or whatever. But putting them under load and then ramping up the load from an idle to like 60 or 70% to represent like a full on, like the entire building being occupied. It was a feat to see. And those, I mean, there are 2. I think there's 1 Cat, 1 Cummins, and 1 Detroit generator, and they're dope. They're dope. I mean, our guys. So like seeing huge diesel generators, it was a thing. All right, so let me catch up on the comments real quick. So Chachi said 2 StreamYards this month. This was not intentional. For whatever reason, the YouTube app is not working, and I could not create a stream that would work. I tried twice on YouTube, and every time I started the stream, it would last for 15 seconds and then drop off. Wait, I don't know, Neil. Can you help us with this? Where is Canada?
Hey, you know what? In all fairness, there's a lot of people who don't know the difference between north, south, east, and west also. So
yeah,
that's actually a fair question.
I don't really know how to answer that question.
So who or what is Devin Lorette?
Pardon me?
Who or what is this? Shade Tree says, I have 2 words, Neil. Devin Lorette.
Devin Lorette.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe it's from somebody from a different province or something. Let's see.
I don't get out of the house much, so if you guys want to know something specific, I may have to look it up on my other phone.
No problem. So Russ says, love the beard, Victor. Hojo says, evening, Dash. What up? All right, so Al says, are you talking about the Trinity smoker? No, we were talking about a smoker. So my big smokers, Vicky the vertical smoker, Bessie the
gotta get another,
and then Bernadette were made by a builder, Kirk. Neil, are you in a hotel? Are you like out and about? You traveling for work, I guess, maybe?
To get a beer.
Yeah, also. I'm just outside of Toronto today. I'm in close to Mississauga, Ontario today. I'm going to the nuclear plant. I'm going to glow it. I'm going to turn glow green when I'm done working up there.
So it's funny. Like when I used to travel for work, one of the things that I would do is get beer. Like on the way to the hotel, I would stop and do a beer run. And so, men of culture, we meet again.
This is my life today, guys. See?
Hell yeah, man! Shoot.
I have 2 beds in case somebody gets kicked out of their house. I got a bed they can borrow.
You're by the time it's time for me to go to sleep, you probably be checked out.
I'm old, I go to bed early.
Not tonight.
Not yet, yeah. Waiting for the knock on the door. Come in, ladies.
So I was gonna say, so all right, well, don't make sure you wear your Geiger meter.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't want you growing any extra nipples or anything.
It could be interesting conversation. Just saying.
Ain't you seen my mishap? I'm old Greg. All right. I'm trying to catch up. All right. So Russ says my wife has to make her buffalo chicken dip for every visit with the old neighbors. Special request, can't refuse. All right. Devin Lorette, Canadian arm wrestler. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Devin Lorette is the world champion arm wrestler from Canada.
Okay. I don't have arms for wrestling. Sorry, I'm. Yeah. I'm not much of a power. Oh my God, you're putting me to shame.
I didn't. The Wednesday night gun show.
Break them out. Let's go.
Come on, I'll be like Hulk Hogan.
I'm not much of an arm wrestler. I'm more of a lover.
No. Hey, look. Housekeeping.
Go away. Come back later.
Occupado.
Clean the bathroom first.
All right, so we are 34 minutes. Oh my gosh, we are 34 minutes into the stream, and we have not talked about the topic at hand, which is supposed to be me talking about a special request that you can't turn down. And the whole thing is, so I was out with my wife. We have every now and again we have Wednesdays. Okay, so we went out on a Wednesday, and
how long have you been married?
20 years.
And you still have dates?
Well, this is a new thing for us because our kids are old enough where we can leave them at home.
My kids are all moved. They've got kids of their own, and it's like we have like. You ever heard of hall sex? We walk past each other, and she says "F you," and I say "F you," and that's about as far as it gets. So our dates are like few and far between. So I don't know.
How long have you been married, Neil?
Too fucking long. I mean, too long. Sorry, I gotta watch my mouth.
Don't curb your.
I'd be getting out of prison now for good behavior. Let's put it that way. Well, what
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I have to look forward to. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's
All right. Well, I mean, it is what it is. All right.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, buddy. It doesn't get any better.
No. I'd rather a dose of reality than a lie. How about that? All right. So, what up? Quentin says, "What the hell?" All right. So the thing is this: I tried.
Catch up.
Oh, I'm.
This is stronger than the American beer, right?
I got you beat though.
Okay, you got me beat this time.
So Quentin, I tried to do the live stream through the normal means. I created the live stream on my phone via YouTube, and when I went to start the stream, it crapped out. The first time it crapped out like after 15 or 17 seconds. So it like abrupted and closed the stream and closed YouTube on me completely. Then I went back in, created a second stream, and I'm like, all right, well, let me just try again. That second stream did the same exact thing. But when I went back in, it kept allowing me to resume the live stream, but it will resume and continue for another 15 seconds before it crapped out. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess it looks like YouTube, the app is not working tonight. So guess what I had to do? I had to do a StreamYard stream. So here we are. So yeah.
You're stuck with me, guys. I mean,
Well,
Mo,
look, there's aha.
Yeah, I was trying to reposition the damn camera, and then I hit a button, and then
It's
it
all right.
went
that's
into
what,
oblivion.
that's what
So
she says. That's what she said.
I would have been better prepared had I understood what was going to happen tonight. I would have had the camera set up, but
Well,
I
trust
keep
me,
getting
this was not.
You look just fine. You don't have to change a damn thing about yourself. Trust me.
I
well.
bet he
You
might
see,
even
I'm
have pants
trying
on.
not to have the Jesus effect there.
Oh, it's all right.
That damn-
I need all the Jesus. I need all the Jesus in my life I can get.
Yeah, but coming from this fat bastard, Jesus just is wrong.
You have
Is
no
it
idea how
Jesus or
wrong
is it
this guy is.
Jesus? Is it Jesus or Jesus?
Or
I don't know.
Jeebus.
What comes-
You know,
what comes first?
if you're Homer Simpson's, it's Jeebus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I believe in the Sasquatch.
Okay.
So you've seen naked pictures of me then.
Yeah, they're up here. We fly on the flag.
Stevenson,
God.
Washington has the record for the most Sasquatch sightings, but it was funny about 20 years ago or so, a group of guys finally admitted all the different pranks that they've been pulling. And most of the film footage, little, things, was actually them just screwing with people.
Yeah.
The way that they got the mystery footprints, these big giant footprints, and how it looked like the Sasquatch had been running, is a guy would sit in the back of a pickup with the tailgate down, and they made these big, and they just went along. So hilarious.
Wow.
That proves that we get bored when it gets too rainy up here.
I was about to say, y'all have too much time on your hands.
Well, it's never too much time, but if the fish aren't running.
Listen, Susie says this has been the most random start ever. Susie, you have not been here for very many of these live streams. Let me just tell you. So, Susie, actually, it's funny. The last time we did one of these live streams where it was a group live stream, if you will, I give Victor grief about making sure he has pants on. And I don't know if you've heard the story.
I think she missed
I have to be dressed. Hold on.
Dash, explain.
Put pants on. I didn't know. Okay.
Explain to her, and then I got something to add to it.
So here's the thing. I did like one of the first or one of the first times I did a live stream like this, a group stream. I said, hey, here's a link. If you are able to join me on the live stream, here's the link. All you have to do is click the link, follow the prompts, and then boom, you can join the live stream. Well, Victor joined the live stream. Well, Victor I won't say decided. Victor had to go pee or whatever. He had to get up. Right? I don't know what it was. He had to get up.
I think I was getting a beer.
Like I said, I'm not going to say it was him having to go play the polka music or if it was him refreshing his beverage. He had to get up. Either whatever the case may be, Victor got up and my man had on his boxers. Like he didn't even have on pants. So I'm like,
man,
whoa.
be comfortable.
Well, this was
luckily
probably good. Yeah.
That was
luckily
last
he
summer.
had on. Yeah, I was about to say. Luckily he had on boxers.
And luckily the boxers didn't expose myself. That's what I was concerned about. The boxers are like, oh, no big deal. But today
You probably haven't
Today
got anything anybody else hasn't seen already. So what are you worried about?
Well, yeah, you'd have to get real close.
So
Today, though, I can honestly say today I do not have pants on, but I have a robe on. So
as long as you
All
keep
right,
it closed, we're good.
I was about to say we're gonna call him Hugh.
mm,
Listen. So Shade Tree said boxers are more than a bikini. And look,
yeah.
Susie says, Victor, it's okay. Susie, it's not okay. It's not okay. Don't
Just look
What I
away.
re-
Just
what
look
I
away.
remember about the pants thing though was I got up and I started to walk away, and that's when I started to hear everybody chuckle, and they hadn't even really said anything, but it started to chuckle. And I mean, I took about 2 or 3 steps before it clicked. And I thought it was funny, but again, I was just hoping that the boxers didn't expose anything. But hey, I got a boxer story. Go ahead and say it all, and I got a boxer story for you.
So
After.
Russ says, all right, so here's the thing. We got 16 watching and only 7 people I have hit the thumbs up. So if you have not hit the thumbs up, please, this is your reminder to hit the thumbs up button.
I can't hit the thumbs up. There's no thumbs up here. I'll give you one of these.
All right, so you got to go back to YouTube and actually hit
I'm
the thumbs
not.
up.
No,
You
I'll
can
do it when
that
I leave.
later. I'm gonna say you can do it later. So
I mean, look,
shout
you
out-
want me to leave? I can bounce if you want somebody else to come in. That's up to you.
I mean, so it's not voluntary, Neil.
Did you get any on you?
I was gonna say, I got the power where I can, just get,
So,
just get.
how, if you don't mind me, how old are you?
I'll be 44 this year. Actually,
44.
Next month.
in 20 days. Yep, 20 days.
So I got a couple years on.
Neil, how old are you?
I'll be 56 this year.
All right, so I mean,
you youngin.
I know, right?
I know him, youngin. I don't even remember being 44. I mean, that's because of a lot of this.
I'm about to say, take another drink. Take another drink.
Yeah.
A lot of it because I tried to block out my marriage. Just like the more I drink, the less I remember. So it's like.
I'm 65. Grumpus has got a couple of years on me. I think Grumpus is the oldest of all of us, but he's only got
Anybody work with younger kids?
Years.
You said, does he work with younger kids?
No, I said, does anybody like in your job? Is there younger kids that I'm in pest control, and I work with a bunch of younger kids. And I tell you, when they jump and bounce around and they can hop up on stuff and get into tight holes, I just sit there and look at them. It's like, geez, it would be nice to be 20 again.
Listen, Neil, youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I'm 65. I would love to be 40.
Nah, bro, not my 40.
I could, you know what, though, to be honest, I wouldn't. People say, if you could go back, would you? And I really think about it, and it's like, probably not.
No, no.
I lived through it once. I probably wouldn't live through it. I wouldn't make it through it.
My God. Yeah,
no.
You'd be dumber the second time. You're like, oh, man, that didn't kill me last time.
No, I'm going to do it twice now. Right?
Yep. All right, so let's read this comment. So Susie says, everyone just sit in that moment for a second and visualize Victor just sitting there in a robe. No thanks, Susie. No thanks.
I've lost my appetite. Thanks, Susie.
I've lost my thirst.
I don't even like seeing myself in the mirror, out of the shower. So yeah, it's bad.
You mean you don't stand there and do one of these?
Yeah, the Hulk. I mean,
you don't do that? You don't do that?
Pose there?
No.
Hey.
Oh. Be careful you don't pull a hammy.
I stretched
a hammy,
before.
A hammy or a hammy?
Either or.
I stretched. I stretched prior to.
About 3 weeks ago, I was taking off a pair of coveralls, and I was laid up for about 3 days after just trying to take off a pair of coveralls because I twisted my back, my lower back. I could barely walk just by taking off a pair of coveralls, and it's like I don't know what happened to me when I got old, but yeah, just be careful you don't hurt yourself there, Mister.
So it's Mr. Olympian. All right.
Olympian? All right.
So it was when Technicolor came in. That's when you got old. The switch from black and white to Technicolor.
You see that knife in my back? Could you just twist that a little more, please?
Listen, I bring no knives to a gunfight, okay? I bring no knives to a gunfight. Listen.
I cannot get this right.
Ain't you seen my second channel?
No, I haven't actually.
Seriously?
I got a 12 gauge. I got a 22.
Uh-huh.
My wife has got a 20 gauge and a 12 gauge.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, I only thing I can't own are the handguns because I unfortunately would hurt somebody.
Nah,
There's too many stupid people.
I agree, but you have.
I seen a guy today driving on the sidewalk. He was in Kingston, Ontario. He was flapping his arms out of the car like this here, and he went around the car and drove up on the sidewalk.
Okay.
I said, "Yeah, you can't fix stupid." And I have no. I just.
I'm determined to get this damn camera right.
Don't worry about it.
You look all right. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to look. You just fine.
Well, I'm just trying to keep that damn light bulb from.
Nah, don't worry about it. You need to move yourself. That's the thing.
I can only. That's not as easy as you might think.
Okay.
Is that better for you guys this way that you can't see more of me?
Nah, I mean, remember, Neil, I have the power. I can take you completely out of there.
Oh, don't do that.
All right.
Well, it's not bad.
So nicely. Oh shoot. Let's see.
Cheers.
Hide current comment. All right. That's the thing, look, Neil, I'm out.
Well, that sounds like a drinking problem.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
Oh no, I know that 8 ounces, that's the cutoff.
Where's your phone? Where's your sense of adventure, old man?
It's not adventure. It's the fact that I know that I will not remember the rest of this live stream. If
you don't need to, we will. We will.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Yeah. Something else you need to tell Susie about because she hasn't been around that long is why we occasionally talk about the polka music.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll save that for a few minutes. So let me catch up on the comments real quick. And when I say real quick, this has been the most random start ever. Yep, we talked about that one. Look, Quentin said loud. All right.
Howdy, Quentin.
Yeah. You and Sleeper Barbecue and the same age, yeah. Sneezed and strained. Hog. Said he sneezed and strained his back, and he's 47. Yes. Okay. So Russ said, I happen to think that getting a carry permit breeds more patience, not patience with the idiots. And I agree, because my whole thing is this. I want to keep and retain the ability to bear arms. So I am way more level-headed than I used to be, but than I could be. Let's put it that way. I won't say it's humbling, but it is one of those things where I think about my reactions before I think about my action. All right?
Do you not ever just want to, sometimes
all the time,
right? And it's just good.
Listen, so Neil,
I know I shouldn't because they're going bad boy. But it's just
Neil, let me tell you this was the closest I came to drawing on someone. Okay, so now let me just paint this picture. I'm going into Sam's Club, right? And then you guys, I've showed you guys video of me going into Sam's Club, and the Sam's Club that's not too far from my house. It's not like it's a little ghetto, all right, a little ghetto, like just stuff happens in that Sam's, but it's not the worst Sam's in the area, or it's not a Walmart. Like, you know how you have the people of Walmart type thing. It's not the worst, right?
Yeah, don't
So,
even get me started. That's
but the thing is this, right? Now that Sam's Club, I can use the Scan and Go app to do my shopping, and I can get in and out of the Sam's Club without even talking to anybody. That's a bonus. Okay. So I'm Neil, don't distract me, Neil. All right. So now, mind you, this is probably a good year, maybe a year.
You're getting me drunk. What do you want from me?
Fair point. So
Wait a minute. Getting a Canadian drunk isn't like difficult.
No, we're all drunks. I mean, well, I am. I mean,
I haven't heard him say sorry yet, so he's
To
not
who?
that drunk.
I haven't started crying yet neither. So just give me a few minutes.
The thing is,
God.
I'm not sure I've ever
Totally.
heard him say "hey."
Derailed.
Oh, I have. Hey,
I don't recall hearing
He says-
it. I know you have to. It's by law in Canada, but
He says out and about. About.
right.
out and about, out and about.
out. Yeah.
And
Out
if you're
and
in
about and about.
Newfoundland, you say out and about. Out and
All
about.
So
I think
all right,
all
so-
Canadians pick on the Newfies.
Yeah. How do you confuse a newfie? Put him in a round room, tell him to go pee in the corner.
There we go.
How's the newfie confuse you? He finds the corner. Okay, Dad, finish your story. If you can remember where you were going with it.
I was going. All right. So the ability or the parking lot can be sometimes treacherous. Okay. Just because there's a lot of people in there, and if it's a busy day, like there'll be people trying to go left and right and up and down, and lots of people in the parking lot. So I'm walking through the parking lot, and there's of course there's a west lane and an east lane. So Victor, to confuse people, there's a west lane and an east lane, and there's like
Is that like an in and out?
yes, kind of
Like
but
in and out? Like don't enter, exit and enter type of thing?
yes, almost.
Okay, we got them.
Almost.
We got them up here. It says exit and enter only.
But the one arrow went this way and the other
Yeah.
arrow went that way, right?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but it was a easterly direction and a westerly direction. Okay, but neither here nor there. Anyway, so I'm walking.
Confused now.
All right, so I'm walking through the parking lot, and the cars that were going this way were backed up, right? So this person who was also going this way went into the lane that was going the opposite way. The western lane, he was traveling east in the western lane as I'm walking in between the cars. So he's like going in the same direction in the opposite direction. And I'm crossing traffic and he's zooming up and like to the point where I had to stop in the middle of the street. And I'm like, where the hell are you going? No one is going anywhere. And you are now driving in the opposite direction of traffic to try to go around people. Mm-hmm. He inched his car forward toward me. And I said, oh no, you got the wrong one. F around and find out. In the middle of all this traffic, you got the wrong one. Okay.
No, I agree, buddy. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
A vehicle is a deadly object. Let me retaliate.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now you gotta look after yourself, right?
Listen, I'm standing looking at the Honda sign on like I'm standing where his Honda emblem is, and he inched his car forward towards me. Dog, you got the wrong one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. He's just being a pain in the ass and trying to push his luck. That's all it is.
Dude,
Dash to prove how stupid people can be, like what you're talking about, though. Neil, that I drove professionally 32 years, all over U.S., Canada, Alaska.
Nice.
And what kind of a fucking moron does it take to have somebody come up, pull in front of your truck, and brake check you? Because here's the thing: if that driver isn't able to stop in time, your truck is potentially going to kill that dumb bastard. And it won't be the fault of the trucker at that point. And it's like, you really thinking that you're threatening me?
Yeah. No, they don't, right?
This truck is going to take care of anything.
The
truck is going to stand on business for me.
So my point, though, is that it's not a matter of whether the person's even caring. When you do something that fucking stupid,
egregious.
And they have no
egregious.
They have no, well, brake checking is that too. And if you can prove it, you can get those people thrown away in jail, and they don't understand it. They think that they're proving something to the stupid truck driver. It's like, you don't understand physics at all. Because the semis, you can be legally grossed 80,000 pounds. And compared to even a big F450 pickup, it don't mean shit. You hit that vehicle and it's off into the toolies, and so
nobody really wins, right? Nobody wins in that. Nobody wins.
I have to think of, and this is another thing, Neil. And before I say what I'm gonna say, I have to say what up to Lou Calamatas, and Lou. Definitely, we have to say Lou's complete name.
Lou.
So if you do not know who Lou is the Calamatas. That's what he is, and that's what we do. All right. So Lou Calamatas, shout out to you, and boom, boom, boom.
Cheers, Lou.
Salud.
Cheers, Lou. Salud.
Actually, it should be like, what is the? I don't know how to what is the cheers in Greek? It's not opa. All right, is it opa? Is it opa? Opa.
Opa.
I was confused. I was thinking that opa was basically the equivalent of cheers or salute.
See, it's kicking in.
That's all right. Cheers. I got to get another one. It's your fault.
That was my fault. Sure, blame me. Lou,
I will.
He says, "I am the."
But you know what? Getting back to what you're saying, that people are. And I don't like to use the word stupid, but sometimes there are some people that are not.
If the shoe fits.
And I'm a firm believer that's why we haven't been invaded by aliens yet, because they're monitoring us, saying those guys will kill each other off, so we don't have to worry about it. That's what I think. Right?
Hey, when you're at a grocery store, the mall, or whatever, you can tell why people drive so bad. And sometimes I'll make the comment when you're moving along with your cart, and then the people just suddenly shoot out right in front of you. And I will make the comment, fuck, I hope you don't drive your car that way.
Yeah.
I agree. And sometimes I say skirt, and I hit them with my cart.
Yeah.
And they get all pissed off. It's like, you just walked right out in front of me.
You know how or what I've been.
What I really like is when you're driving into, say, Walmart, and you're driving up the lane type of thing, and people will walk in the middle of the road, right in the middle of the road, and it's like
he was going to say dirt road.
That's enough for you, Junior.
Be right back.
They'll walk in the middle of the parking lot. I'll say parking lot. They'll walk in the middle of the parking lot. Like, get over. Get over so people can drive.
Nah.
But no. You run over me and it's your fault. And people are fascinating. That's all I can say.
So, the thing I've been, I would say reminded of, but reiterating lately, is that average intelligence
is low.
My gosh. Not only is it low, but there are people who are below average intelligence. Average intelligence is here, and the people who are below that are the ones that we interact with more often than not. Because my goodness, there are times when I'm like, wow. And then
How did you get through life? How have you gotten this far in life?
How have you gotten this far? How have you gotten? Yes, dude, Quentin. No,
And I'll answer that question because they're not experiencing the consequences of those stupid decisions like they should be.
Like my old man, when I did something stupid. My old man, when I did something stupid, it was like, go pick your own dad. If you bother your sister again, I'm going to hurt you. Like my consequences. Wait till your dad gets home, and it was like, no, Mom, don't do that. So I learned the hard way, and some people I feel didn't learn the hard way. They just sort of drifted through life and was able to do whatever they want. So they think the world is just a free oyster. Yeah.
Well, they're from their perspective. From their perspective, they are the center of the universe. And so they just expect everybody else. Like when somebody says, well, I find that offensive, I'll typically say, good to know. I'll remember that.
Hey,
as in, I might want to piss you off sometime if you're going to let me know that was offensive, because
Victor,
screw you. Yep.
Victor, I find that offensive.
Good.
Cheers, Victor.
No, so not even good. What you need to say, Victor, is good for you. Because good for you is code for go fuck yourself.
Well, us truckers,
I prefer just to say go fuck yourself.
But you can't always say that. You have to.
Yes, you can.
No,
yes, you can.
Sometimes you can't say it. No. Sometimes you can't say it. I'll give an example. When you drive truck, you're in your truck, and those people who are in their car, and they give you the bird. If you ever see a truck driver doing this, get my hand there, waving all 5 fingers, that means 5 right back at you. And it pisses people off. They don't know but they think that when they flip you off, that's going to piss you off. And when all you do is do this and smile at them, it just pisses them off more because they're not getting the reaction that they want. But from all of us truckers, when we do that, what we're actually saying is, fuck you times 5.
Yeah.
Instead of this.
All right. Learn something new every day. So let me just tell you, something that was, I won't say bestowed upon me, right? So I work in IT, and we
in IC.
IT, information.
Oh, you're a smart one. You're the smart one.
No. I like to take things apart.
Victor, I told you he was smarter than their average bear.
Hey, boo-boo.
Hey, and I'm always poking the bear, so.
Anyway, me too. So the thing is this, right? So one of my coworkers, and this is probably 10 years ago, if not more. One of my coworkers, we're leaving work, and we're driving along, and I flipped him off, right? I just flipped him the bird. He rolls down his window, and, mind you, we flip each other off all day long. It's like, it's a term of endearment without even saying words, okay? I flip him off, and like I said, we're driving home from work, and I flip him off, and he rolls down his window, and he says, "That's very Christian of you."
What do you say in a case like that?
Exactly.
Thank you,
Neil. Neil, I went like, I was just like,
it shriveled right up, didn't it? To like a very
man. I was like, well, damn. I was like,
well done, sir.
Damn. Well
done.
Exactly. He deflated. He took all of the wind out of my sail. Like I was on a high, and I look. You hear me? This is probably 10 years later. I'm still thinking about that moment. Lives rent free in my mind. Okay.
How can I pay him back for that?
Yo. So that's the thing. Next time someone flips you off, And that is the response. That's very Christian of you.
I work with a coworker, and we do the same thing. I'll even have people. I'll take a picture of somebody, and I'll say, "Give me the finger," and they'll flip it, and I'll send it to him. And he he'll go to my boss, like we all tell. He goes, "All these people are giving me the finger, and I don't know them." And
Neil,
Neil's sending them to me. So
I don't think you've ever seen me do this one, but Dash knows. Oops, get my hand here. What does this mean? This is this. Did I get my hand right?
Yeah,
there we go.
Right. You got it right. There you go.
I do this.
What does this mean?
I mean, sorry, this.
Yeah.
This is this, but for those who don't deserve the best. Now, I once told a Canadian that I was delivering at tire. What's the big store? Tire.
Canadian Tire.
Yeah, Canadian Tire. So I was talking to one of the guys.
Canadian Tire, Dash.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
So we're bullshitting back and forth, and I gave him that one. I said, "Do you know what that means?" He says, "Well, is it this, but in metric?" And I said, "No, but from now on, that's going to be one of them."
Listen, what is the Canadian?
What's the topic today, Dash?
Listen, it's out the window. We're into the second hour, so it's no point in even trying to revive it. So Neil, let me. What is the name of the Canadian Harbor Freight? It's
the Canadian what?
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight.
Yeah. So
Harbor Freight's a tool discount.
A discount tool store.
Now we also have Northern Tool.
No, Northern Tool is not Harbor Freight.
Well, but it's still along the same lines.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah,
Northern Tool is
Harbor Freight and Northern Tools are the same kind of retail.
Are you sure in Canada? Yeah, Harbor Freight?
No. Harbor Freight is not in Canada. Harbor Freight's in the U.S., but there's a Canadian equivalent. It's oh my gosh, I'm thinking of. There's a guy in Canada who does YouTube videos. His channel is D-Boss Garage, and he's always talking about going to. It's not Canadian Tire. It is like you can go and buy discount tools from this place, and I can't think of the name.
Doesn't ring a bell with me, and I'm.
You're gonna make me have to go out to YouTube because he talks about it all the time.
In a way, though, I always felt that Canadian Tire
tools or new tools,
not new tools, new tools.
Canadian Tire sells everything, though. I swear.
Yeah, but and it's a one-stop shop, just like.
Oh, do they sell tools too?
Yeah, they sell everything.
Yeah.
So maybe it's Canadian Tire that I'm thinking of. That's like the Harbor Freight in. So let's see.
The difference would be though is that Canadian Tire is huge, like a Costco, but they sell everything.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys been to Canada much, but Ontario, but they're buying like Canadian Tire bought all the truck stops all the way up from like, I'll say from Toronto to like Ottawa. They
Princess
bought all
Auto.
the.
Princess Auto.
Yes.
That's the name of the place.
What's the name?
Princess Auto.
Yes,
I have not heard of that.
They're like a discount tool. A discount tool. So
they sell all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Harbor Freight does too.
Yeah. Okay. I know now what you're talking about. Right. Yep.
There, you heard him, Victor. You heard him.
I don't pick
what
on the Canadians.
What did I say?
He said, now
I don't pick on the Canadians though, because I've been told that those of us in the Northwest, we have some similar things that we say. And so when you're from an area, you don't know, you don't hear your accent. So
you guys, you hear my accent? I don't really hear your accent.
And that's what I'm kind of getting at is I've been told those of us in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, there's a certain similarity, so I don't notice it as much. And To be
Listen,
honest, of
but-
all the many times I've been in Canada, I've never had a bad experience with any of them, including the ones in Quebec.
Really?
Which has surprised my friends from BC because they go, oh, yeah. Well, this one guy I know, his name is Jacques. He's from Quebec, and even he says he has problems with them. I go, I never have. I'm humble, and when I'm speaking to him, I say, I don't know anything French. I apologize, and all of a sudden, these people who only seem to speak French would speak wonderful English. But
Yeah.
I never had any problems. I didn't get into Quebec all that much, but I've never had a bad experience with any Canadian. I know that there's some asses everywhere, but I never had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Victor, comment ça va?
What?
Comment ça va?
Fuck you.
Are you having a season?
Comment ça va? How are you?
I have a couple of friends that are French, and they can speak really good English. And this one guy, he's a really nice guy. I've known his family for a long time. And every now and then, when I go to visit him, he's having a rough day, and he'll be mad, and he'll start talking in English, and then all of a sudden he'll speak the French, and then I have to say, Laurier, one language only. Don't. He just goes back, and it's like, stop. It's like, yeah.
I had a great conversation once with a fellow. We were at the customs, and we were waiting in line to do shit. And he and I hit it off. Now, he was a Frenchman. He was living in Canada, and he was more pissed off than any Canadian I've ever met about the people from Quebec. And I've been using the F word a lot tonight. I apologize, but I got to use it here. He goes, those fucking people from Quebec, they're not French. I'm French. I come from French, and I speak true French. They speak shitty French. And, oh, God, it was so funny listening to him because he goes, they're Canadian. Why can't they learn that they are Canadian? Anyway.
No, I hear you. I agree. I don't speak French. I mean, that's my bad. I have enough trouble speaking English. I don't speak in two languages.
Parlez-vous français?
You're the egghead. You're smart.
Hey, for food reasons, I wish that I could speak some French, but the language I would like to learn, the language I would really like to learn though, because it's my favorite food, is Italian.
Italian?
And I mean Italian. I mean, there's just so many foods.
All you need to do is this. You just need to learn to talk with your hands. It's all hand signals with Italians. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you know what? That doesn't help you with that doesn't help you with techniques and ingredients, though. So
I get only this from Italians. That's all I ever get. I don't know what that. I'm a number one, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, where is it? That's the true Italian. They don't give the bird. They give the
metric. Right?
In metric. Hey, tell you some of your fellow Canadians, because it was a Canadian who told me that one, and it busted me up. I mean, I didn't pee my pants.
I'll have to go find them. We're not too close. I'll have to walk a mile or two to find another Canadian. We're so far apart over here, right? We got so much land. It's hard to find another Canadian.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't you say you're near Toronto right now?
I am, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a few million of you within a few miles there. Yeah, but out west, yeah.
But that's the thing. Near is a relative term.
Yeah. And where
you could swing a dead cat and probably hit too many Canadians.
Hey, I've been to one of the gold mines up there in northern Alberta, and that was only 100 miles from Hudson's Bay.
Oh, so yeah, okay.
I've been way up there. I can't remember what that community is, but the mine itself had 100 miles about of road that was their road just so you could get to the mine.
And my daughter used to live in Timmins.
Okay.
And that's where she used to live, way up there. And then they got transferred. Her husband's in the Army, so now they're way up at Coal Lake, Alberta. Coal Lake will be Alberta.
Yeah,
and that's where they are now. So
I used to make a lot of. Well, he's learning about Canada.
I'm just.
Oh God!
I used to make a lot of trips up to the tar sands in Alberta, Fort McMurray, which is nicknamed Fort McMuddy because, man, you don't want to go there with a nice car. It's just going to be covered in this really abrasive sand mud shit.
So did you get any of the syrup when you've been up this way at all?
Well, why would I do that when the best stuff comes from Vermont?
I gotta get a beer.
Wow. 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 You offended him and he didn't even.
Well, he needed a beer. He needed a beer.
Neil was like, you know what? That was Neil's version of pardon my back.
Listen, old fella. Let me tell you a story.
Man, damn. Yo,
I live about a quarter of a mile from a guy that has about 400 acres, and
nice.
and he makes the stuff is so clear and so sweet. No, nothing in it.
How clear and sweet is it, Neil?
It's so clear and sweet. It's like kissing an angel's ass.
Sure,
that would be an interesting experience. I would hope that they're using
in Canada.
I would hope that the angel is using Charmin.
But no, it's really good.
Black bears.
It's you guys get a chance to come up this way, let me know and I'll hook you up. You can't beat the stuff.
Right.
Now, I always thought though that the better grades are the more ambers versus clear. I mean, I know it all starts out clear when the sap is coming out.
Some people they boil it. Like everybody has their own technique, right? You boil it to a certain, but when it comes out, it's just as gold. I shouldn't say clear, just as gold as like. It just looks so, and there's no grain to it, no nothing. It's just nice.
Mm-hmm.
Makes my mouth water.
I just want to add, Quentin. Not only that, add a mule. I feel left out. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so it's clear.
Yeah, but when you say clear, we're talking about shine. When he's talking about clear, we're talking about maple syrup. That's kind of
geography is a determining factor as to what the different colloquially. I can't even say it because I've had enough of this.
You never have enough.
Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I can.
I can't drink. What? You broke up.
What do you classify as enough?
8 ounces of 100 proof alcohol. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Been passed and drank more than 8 ounces of 100 proof alcohol.
And I know that
I was 16 one time. I was drunker than a drunk. I got drunk on wine. There was 3 buddies of mine, me and 3 buddies. We all had the big Magnum Baby Duck. You know, the big bottle of Baby Duck. Well, I drank all of mine. And a buddy drank all of his. And then my other buddy passed out and didn't drink all of his. So I finished his off.
Oh.
So we all went downstairs into the underground parking lot and decided we'd go for a walk for some stupid reason. So we got downstairs. Close. So we got downstairs in the underground parking lot, and we all decided we had to go pee. Took a corner, and we went and started peeing. And then all of a sudden, you know those garage doors, when they open up and people are coming down into the underground parking lot, started opening up. There's 3 doors. Well, 2 doors opened up this way, and the other door opened up sideways. I hit the 3rd door, full speed, running as fast as I can. I hit it right here above my eye. I woke up the next morning and had a goose egg this big around, and I had longer hair, and every hair was stuck in it. It took me 10 years before I could even stand the stomach the smell of wine.
Really?
Oh, I was drunk.
Mm.
And when it comes for, go ahead.
I was gonna say I did that on my 27th birthday. My 27th birthday, we had a party here at my house. My you know, and the whole thing was I remember everyone that came to the house. I took a shot with, but they took a shot. I took a double shot. I remember taking 4 double shots. And I have pictures, or there were pictures of me slumped over a trash can, throwing up. So, I mean, just, yeah. And it was, yeah.
I got into some, it was on our Jack and Jill party that my buddy threw for me. And I can't remember, it's like apple Jack. Apples, it tastes. It's a horrible whiskey. And he was serving me double shots like this.
Okay.
And I'm pounding the back as much as I can. So about halfway through the night, I decided, okay, I've had enough.
So
I stand up.
Apple whiskey, that technically would be brandy.
No, apple.
No,
it was like
Jack Daniels makes some different flavored.
Yeah, but I want to say, if he was young, I doubt that Jack Daniels made an apple anything at that point. It had
that's a good point.
It had to have been a brandy, because liquor, like whiskey, made from
but
fruit,
it came in two bottles, and you had to pour it together. And I really can't remember the name of it, but I remember standing up, and they had this big bonfire going, and I stood up. I started falling forward into the fire, and the skinny little kid, about maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, decided he was going to stop me from falling. I started taking him with me. There was nothing I could do. So luckily, my buddy was standing literally behind me. He reached out, grabbed both of us like this here, and pulled us back. You know those hot rods? You know those hot rods they sell? The next morning, I was chewing on those things for the salt. I was sucking the salt out of the hot rods because I had dehydrated myself so bad of salt. I don't know how.
Hot rod. I'm thinking of a vehicle.
No. Really? You don't have those like hot rods?
No.
They're like really?
We have hot rod cars.
Yep, that vehicle.
Really? You don't have like they're a single little meat package thing that come like about that high.
Slim Jims. We call them Slim Jims.
Well, that's one brand, but yeah.
I call them hot rods. They're like this big, this high. Yeah, meat stick about the size of a pencil.
Hot rod.
You got to remember, Canada, U.S. You have Timmy's. We have Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. But anyways, they're salty, and I remember buying like 3 of those, and I was literally, for a lack of a better word, I was sucking the salt out of them. I was so dehydrated for about 3 days after. I don't know how I didn't die.
When I was young, I used to straight shoot 151 all the time. Now, just the thought of it is making me ill. I can't drink straight liquor anymore. I absolutely can't. And I'm not embarrassed by it, but I've had a few friends say, like when I'm drinking Jack Daniels, which I think is a good whiskey, but not a fine whiskey. they would get mad at me that I wouldn't straight sip. And I go, no, I don't do that anymore. I used to. Now it's
All
not
right,
pleasurable at all.
Is this what you're talking about? It says Schneider's Hot Rod Sausage Snack.
I can't see because you won't live still.
Oh, hold
The
on,
fact you
hold
said
on.
sausage snacks, though, that sounds like what he's
Yeah.
talking about.
Hot rods. No. Now you're going to break up my phone. Canadian hot rod. They're like a piece of, how do I?
A Slim Jim.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Hot rod, right? We call them hot rods. Yeah.
This Neil?
Yeah, same thing.
I think. Boy, oh boy, the language barrier and geography.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
that.
Even from one end of the country to the other, though, in the U.S., we got our own thing. So, a really great example, I think, is mayonnaise. So it's Hellman's.
Let's not even. Nope.
It's Hellman's out on the East Coast, but it's
you guys.
No. Let me finish this. Hellman's on the East Coast. It's Best Foods, same company actually, but because of copyrights or whatever, Best Food mayonnaise is what is sold out here, but it's actually made by the same company.
All right, so I have to say hi to Grumpus. Grumpus is here, and unfortunately, we've been talking about
Howdy, Grumpus.
Hi, Grumpus.
Grumpus is hey dashing everybody. What up, man? Let's see. So Shade Tree says yes because Shine fruit is called brandy flavored. It's not even brandy flavored. It's just that whiskey distilled on corn, like 50. I think it's 51% or more is a whiskey. But there are other things that are like rye and bourbons and other things like that. Don't get me to, like I tried to learn some of these things, but I know for sure if your mash consists of fruit, then the end result is a brandy. Okay. So, and if your mash consists of majority corn, then it's a whiskey. But those are the main distinctions. Just I'm gonna say keep it simple.
I got some good news.
Go ahead.
I got 111 subscribers on my channel.
What?
Cool.
All right. Hold on. We got.
I've got like 12. Considering I really have nothing out there, I'm happy about that. But
I got 111, but I've been watched 33,000 and something times. But I got 111 subscribers. I'm happy. I'm getting there eventually.
Hold up. How? All right, dude. Hold on. Like, I don't even know how I wasn't subscribed to your channel. I thought I was.
I didn't know you had a channel, so I'll try to make a point of getting.
No. We're gonna alleviate. We're gonna. No. I do what I do. Okay. And look, there's a channel, Barbecue with Neil. Right?
Yeah.
Boom. Done and done.
Oh, thank you. Listen. I got 111. Whoop whoop! Yay!
And I'll try to get that set up.
I'm 111. I need you to read between the lines, Neil.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
That was perfect. I didn't even plan that one. I am 111. Boom.
Nice.
Always remember.
Hey.
My phone the battery's dead, so I'll try to remember to get that done. So I'm on with you.
But I'm working my way. I don't know. I might be old, dead, and gray, but I'm working my way.
How many videos have you done?
Well, I've done a bunch before my smoker died. I don't know how many, but I've did a lot of shorts, just trying to keep my channel alive. I don't know. I got a lot. Some of the stuff
videos on his channel right now.
Just
Nice.
Some of the
approximate.
stuff.
But he's got
10, 50,
38,000
100.
views. Yeah. So let's see shorts. All right, lunchtime lights. Look, you didn't even have light. You you put whatever the last thing you did. It says lunchtime. It says light, LIGHT, not like, LIKE.
I can't read very well, so if it says, I
He's
know, I
Canadian.
know.
Is that a cheesesteak with bacon on it?
Yeah. I do different things just to try and keep my channel going, right? I'm trying to keep it going.
But that's not even a real cheesesteak. The cheesesteak
Cheesecake
doesn't
with
have
bacon. You know what?
no.
That sounds interesting. But
No, it
considering
does
you're
not,
Canadian,
Victor.
why isn't it cheesecake with back bacon?
Not cheesecake, cheesesteak, cheesesteak.
Oh,
Yes.
well, yeah, but you got that thing about cheese.
No, Victor.
It's a Philadelphia thing.
Victor.
Okay, here comes the Dukes. Here we go.
Anyway, so Neil, how you doing?
Oh, not bad, sir. Yourself.
Perfect.
Oh, let poor Victor back in. Stop being so mean.
Do I have to?
You
All
don't
right,
have
to. You use the magic word.
Yeah.
Hi, Victor.
Tread lightly, Victor.
I had you back, buddy.
Yeah.
He did.
It's all right. You know, I don't tease him too much.
Oh.
You're just a cruel man. You're just a cruel man. Cruel man. Oh.
It's all right. Next time I'm just going to.
This is too easy.
Be careful, payback's are a bitch.
I know. It's okay.
And he'll probably pay back.
It's all right. Where's he going to get? He's going to get something.
I don't know. Hope it's not a bang bang, because I'm out if he is.
Nah, I'm not worried. It'll take it a while to get to me. The good thing about being on the East Coast at this point.
But like I said, I've been doing some different things on my channel. Some of the stuff from Tim Hortons, for example, look weird, and I'm just doing it to try to build a following, people that want to subscribe. And then hopefully when I get my smoker up and running, I can get back into making my own stuff. That's the plan. So
if I haven't already, I'm about to say I did post Neil's channel. I'm going to post it again. So Neil, you should have more. Okay.
My battery's died. My phone's hot. Battery's dying.
Neil, let's see. Neil has, it looks like 114 subscribers now.
Wow. Yes, go Neil.
I'm glad we could help you out. Oh boy. You guys are so funny. You're like, oh man, Hellman's is the best. Yeah.
Miracle Whip. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, buttermilk.
No.
You remember have you ever tried buttermilk?
Yeah,
drinking buttermilk?
So
salt and pepper?
No, not salt and pepper and buttermilk, but like salt.
Yeah.
I mean, not salt, pepper, and buttermilk, but it's like milk and vinegar makes buttermilk.
No, but you can buy buttermilk. So and you put salt and pepper in it.
No, I never put salt and pepper in it.
And you drink it.
So I use buttermilk to make pancakes or waffles. That is about it.
Yeah. No, you should try it. You got to have. It's the same as. Have you ever had fried green tomatoes?
Yes.
Okay, they're good.
In certain places.
Once or twice a year, I like to have a big batch of fried green tomatoes.
With buttermilk or like?
No, just on their own. On their own. But buttermilk, I like to have a nice tall glass of buttermilk with some salt and pepper in it.
I've never been able to drink buttermilk.
The buttermilk.
No, but it's I see it there. A lot of, not everybody up here does, but there are certain individuals that do, like buttermilk.
I like to
So-
cook
so-
with buttermilk, but drinking straight up, my dad used to do that. And
So-
to me, it's like milk that's turned bad.
Yes,
And it's
sour.
like, it's beyond sour to me. It's just
Yeah.
disgusting. But as an ingredient, whole different thing.
I never
Really good.
cook with it. I always just drink it. Never gets that far.
Soak some chicken
Oh yeah.
in buttermilk, few hours or overnight, and then fry it up the next day. Whole new level of fried chicken.
Well, we'll try that. But you guys got to try. You got to say you got to try and drink it. It's good stuff.
Oh, I've tried. It's like liver. I wish I liked liver. I don't. I just flat out do not like liver, and I don't even try it anymore.
am.
In my house, my wife likes liver. I like Brussels sprouts. So
I like
if
Brussels sprouts.
if she cooks liver, I eat it. Then I know I'm getting Brussels sprouts.
Wait, you know you're getting Brussels sprouts because she cooked liver?
No, because I eat the Brussels sprouts, something she likes. So then now I get something I like. Brussels sprouts.
No, you ate the liver. You've had far too many.
Yeah.
So you ate the liver. But if you don't like it, you shouldn't eat it.
I eat it. It ain't gonna kill me. I was raised to eat what's put in front of you.
Nah.
What cracks me up about liver is when I tell some people I've met, all my friends know this now, but they say, well, you haven't had it cooked right. And I go, well, that's a common thing said, but how is it you cook your liver? And I know what they're going to say. Oh, we use lots of onions. I say, fuck you. Why not just cook the onions? Eliminate the liver, because cooked onions taste great. So what you're saying is that the liver tastes good because you're covering it up with a good flavor of onions. So just eliminate the liver.
My wife will eat it with no onions. She likes it with liver. But yeah, I get Brussels sprouts after she cooks. After we get with a day or two after we get liver, so I'm okay with that.
So Grumpus says buttermilk with butter flakes and salt and pepper.
Excuse me.
Okay, those were ingredients. What's he eating it with?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I could see putting all that with chicken and frying it up. That would be good.
Russ said, when I was a kid, we had to walk uphill 6 miles to milk a bull.
How'd that turn out for you?
Nice.
All right, so George says buttermilk, salt, pepper, and vodka equals a sweaty Mary.
Ugh.
Okay, a sweaty Mary.
That's a sweaty something.
Hold on. Left a good job in the city. not a proud Mary, but a sweaty Mary. All right, so Grumpa said drinking buttermilk.
Sounds like a drink that a working girl makes.
Oh, yeah, right. Look, to drink away the pain. Grumpa said drinking buttermilk was a regular thing when I was growing up. That's because you didn't know better.
Hey,
well, maybe he drank that so he would be a regular guy. Because I gotta believe if you're drinking that all the time, that would make you regular.
They used to alternate.
I used to go back to my grandfather's, and on a daily basis, he would take 2 raw eggs, crack them, put salt and pepper on them, and drink them in a bowl as a normal thing.
Did he have indoor plumbing?
No, actually, they didn't. They had an outhouse. They had no running water. They had those lights with had liquid underneath them. Can't remember what they're called right now.
The kerosene,
kerosene,
like a lantern. Oh my gosh,
a lantern. And every day, 2 eggs with a little bit of salt and pepper. And I actually will do that to the odds now.
When I was a young man, I would do the raw egg thing, especially when I was in wrestling. And then years later, I found out that because of the way the human body works, your body will not process raw egg at all.
Oh.
You just shit it through. And so you can do it, and most of the time you're going to be fine. People get so concerned about eggs, but the problem is your body doesn't get the benefit of it. It's just like with, let's say, beef. Your body will actually get more nutrition out of it if you have cooked it some. But if you eat beef raw, you're just shitting it through. The body cannot process it.
I have a needle. No, I hear you there. That's for sure.
All right, so Shade says gizzards and liver. Gizzards
Oh,
and
with
liver.
rice. With rice. Gizzard, liver, and rice. That's gizzards, liver, and rice.
Liver.
That's what my mom used to make all the time. That is so good.
See, to me, liver is cat food or bait. That, if somebody could ever come up with something, and that's a challenge I should give to a chef I know. The guy used to operate 3-star Michelin restaurants. That's a challenge I'm going to give him. Put a recipe up that can make liver taste good, because I would love to be able to enjoy liver, just like Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts I don't like, but I think.
Have you ever had them in cheese?
A what?
In cheese?
Cheese. Brussels sprouts drizzled in cheese sauce, cooked in bacon fat. Oh my God. I'm dying. What are you shaking your head about? Like,
because bacon is cheating.
I think that
everything in bacon is cheating.
I think if Brussels sprouts was cooked up right, I would like it. But I've never had it cooked right.
You got to try them in bacon fat, drizzled, or in
cheese
sauce.
I got you, Neil.
I think if I had them roasted, and some things like I would like it. But every time I've ever
got to cook you something right here.
Every time I've ever had Brussels sprouts, it was either boiled or over steamed. And it's like, no, I don't. And I like cabbage, and it's in the same family, so I should like Brussels sprouts, but I've never had them where I liked them.
I'm gonna have to roast some Brussels sprouts. I won't say just for you, but for you, Victor. All right, so Victor, actually, before I forget, Victor, did you check out the video of me editing the video that went up today?
I started to. I still haven't. Wasn't that yesterday? Wasn't that yesterday?
No.
Yeah. I haven't
video went up today.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
No problem.
I intend to. I had things that happened.
All right. So Blind Man Cooking says, "What would you drink with it, Grumpus?" So I guess what would you drink with the liver? Maybe is what he was asking.
Drink with liver?
Well, I don't know.
Cyanide, perhaps.
Right, put yourself out of your misery.
12-gauge bullet.
I'm glad Neil caught that one so quickly.
No, I got it. That's why I said, hey.
Hey, Dash. Actually,
cheers.
Neil and a lot of the others might not know it, but I did get the DJI Pocket Osmo 3 camera. And that's what he's been doing a lot of his stuff on. And I'm really looking forward to it. But unfortunately, my eyesight is still crappy enough. There it is. That I haven't been able to read the instructions. So one of my friends, I'm going to get him to come back over here.
Instructions?
And, I can't read. I mean, I can't read that small a print. That small of a print. So I want to get the camera set up so at least it's just on basic. Yeah, I can't see that.
What are you trying to do?
He's trying to show me how to. Yeah, I've turned the thing on and I love it. It's just I can't read the instructions, so I need to get it set up on just a basic thing so I can at least just film.
All right, guys. I have to go to bed because I got to get up and go to work tomorrow.
I have to get up and go to work tomorrow too, Neil.
Yeah, but you don't have to
work.
What time zone are you in, Neil? in the Eastern time zone?
It is 10:46 right here where I am.
Okay, perfect. We're in the same time zone. I have to get
Yeah.
up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and be logged.
So
I'll be
do I.
sitting in this exact spot tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Yeah, well, I got to leave the building. I don't have. I can't work from the luxury of home like some people.
Listen, it's not a luxury when
Listen,
there are other occupants.
if I could work from home, it would be a luxury.
I feel sorry for you guys because I do have to get up tomorrow,
Nah.
but I don't have to get up till noon because I do have a doctor's appointment, so I'll sleep in.
Read between the lines is what he's trying to tell you.
Hey, Dash, wrong
Oh,
finger.
wait. Ah, yeah,
There you go. There you go. That's
F
metric.
you, but in metric.
All right, guys, it's been a
Hey,
blast. We'll catch up
before
with
you
you
go,
later.
before you go, I
Go
got
ahead,
one
man.
more Canadian saying. I was
Oh,
told
boy.
it just cracks me up.
I don't know. Should I cut him off or what?
No, you're gonna want to hear this. One Canadian
okay.
said, "You know why we say A all the time?" I said, "No." He goes, "Because y'all was already taken."
Yeah. I'm sorry that I sat around to listen to that.
We got an apology out of him.
Right back at
Cheers,
you.
y'all. Cheers, y'all. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.
Bye, Neil. So this was unexpected, and this is par for the course when it comes to these live streams that I do and have. So I just really want to take a moment to say thank you to those of you guys who are here. Shade Tree, Grumpus, Russ, George, Victor, obviously you. I don't know who else is here still. I'm only going by those folks. Blind Man Cooking, he's still here.
Stephen was on earlier.
Yeah, I saw him on earlier, but he probably was. I won't say he had to go to bed, but he probably fell asleep maybe. Russ says I love that beard, Victor. Yes, indeed. Susie is still here. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Hi, Susie.
Look, Susie raising her hand saying, "Hey, I'm here."
Hey.
We appreciate you, Susie, hanging out and still being here. We thought we would have run you off and run you. I won't say run you away, but like off the road, if you will. So,
And
Susie,
I apologize, Susie. I was very foul mouthed tonight.
Listen,
but it was appropriate sometimes.
Listen. Let me just tell you something, Victor. Susie, was in law enforcement. I doubt what you said scratched the blue line surface of some of the things that Susie has probably said and or observed. So I don't think you have a problem or have anything to worry about, Victor.
Hey, the subject that we were supposed to talk about in the first hour, though,
never talked about it. So we're not.
I know it. We were supposed to. That's a good subject. The next time on the regular scheduled live stream, do bring that up because I think it would be interesting to hear.
Quentin says he's not here. All right, Quentin. Glad to hear you're not here. All right. Susie says, "LOL, I'm tough. No words, Victor. I grew up with 4 brothers, and from being a cop, it's hard to offend me."
Woo.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Of course, how many of us guys out there are going, let's see, Susie's a cop, so she got handcuffs. Ooh, that sounds good.
I'm not even going to hit you with the boom chicka wow wow. Nope.
Yeah.
Nah,
hey, Dash, the pocket, though, I am really looking forward to using that camera.
Okay.
And if anybody hasn't been reading the comments that we had in the last few days, I am looking forward to doing that turkey cook. And it solved a problem I've had. I don't like to buy turkeys more than the 10 to 12 pound range for smoking.
Okay.
Because it's just a better way to go without going into it all.
Just time consuming.
But I like to each year around Thanksgiving when the turkey prices drop down real low. I like to load up with 12 to 20 turkeys for
Oh, wow.
myself because
Mm.
I like to smoke up a turkey once a month. When you're buying turkey at less than $1 a pound, sometimes
Oh, yeah.
ridiculously cheap, that's a great budget for your
Oh, yeah.
protein. And
That turkey is
so
stretched.
if the price is like 69, 70 cents a pound, but the damn bird is like a 20 pounder, which I don't like to cook birds that big, but at that price, screw it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know in my freezer, I have at least 120 pounder, but I don't want to smoke it. But the whole idea of cutting that turkey into pieces to cook up, it's like I finally have a way of dealing with that big ass bird. So,
Oh, yeah.
and I
To make it
will
more
do,
manageable for you.
yeah, and I will go ahead and do, and I don't know when because I got to get to where my eyes can work so I can use a damn camera. But I will split it up birds wise, half and
Uh-huh.
half, and do one in my offset and one in my Weber Smoky Mountain,
Mm.
and do that up to see what kind of a difference. I don't really think there will be much, but as a test, and I put this in the comments, but for others to hear, um, I think that when you're using an offset to really make it beneficial to that type of a cooker, you really should use log splits. You can use charcoal or briquettes to get it started, but the cook, you should be. I mean, there's a reason why they call it stick burners.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, the WSM, that is a charcoal or a briquette cooker.
Yeah.
So when I do those cooks, I will keep it wood splits for the offset, and I'll do briquettes in the WSM.
Are you gonna put any chunks in with the Weber Smoky Mountain?
Probably, but
Okay. So
yeah,
hold on one second, Victor.
you bet.
I just want to I won't say acknowledge, but Blind Man Cooking says he's still here. Susie said, oh, hold on. Crap. Now it jumped. Susie
Hey,
said,
Dave.
if I had a dime for every time I heard that, Victor.
A what?
I guess you were talking about offending her.
Oh,
Hmm, hmm, Blind Man says Dave's not here, man.
God, still one of my favorite Cheech and Chong lines.
Dave, I'm sorry, I didn't know justice. Dave's not here, man.
No, you got to go, Dave. Yeah, Dave. Dave. Yeah, Dave. Dave's not here.
He's not here.
You got to have that pause.
Mm,
Actually, at a grocery store, one of my friends who gives me rides to the grocery store because I'm still not driving, he has a bad habit of not being necessarily close to me, and because of my vision, I can't tell if he's there. And so
uh-huh.
one time I'm in the grocery store and I'm in the little cart and I'm going, Dave, Dave. And I finally realized he's not there. And I said out loud, as this young woman who's walking the opposite direction, I said, speaking to myself, and go, Dave's not there.
He's not here.
And she just busted up laughing. And I go, oh my God, you're old enough that you heard that? Because I'm thinking she's only like 23. And
Mm,
that came out decades before she was ever even born. But we just sat there laughing for a while, and then Dave caught up,
okay.
and I saw that he was there, and so that I said to her, I go, Dave's here, and
Mhm.
my friend Dave was clueless, so that's what was going on. We were just having a great laugh. God, I love that.
All right. So Russ said
Anyway,
my wife just bought 6 turkeys without legs and wings. Thanks, Dash, but cheap as hell. So you mean she just
yeah,
bought 6 turkey breasts? Because that's all that's left if there's no
yeah,
legs and no wings. Biggie says, I have great news. When I catered for my job, driver's appreciation for 170 people, I got a lot of recognition, but I'm stuck. How much do I charge people for cooking on site and mileage? Um, So I don't charge mileage. If I'm doing the on-site cook, I don't charge mileage because I feel like sometimes I can make that up in the on-site cook charge. But let me ask you this: what is your time worth? You are giving up time with your, I want to say, your family, your loved ones. So, how much is that time worth to you to be able to charge someone else for your time? And that is the rate.
Now,
That is the number that you need to tell them.
I want
Go
to
ahead,
add to
Victor.
that. I want to add to that. Thank you for doing something for driver's appreciation. As a former driver, I don't think enough companies understand how much drivers appreciate that, just like all employees. But for us drivers who are you're always away from the job site because that's what you do. So that's really cool. But as to the mileage, I would base that on a kind of a circle area outside of different zones. It's still kind of a
Yep.
miles thing, but based off of a more of a zone type deal because your time is important. And also, are you having to bring in other people to kind of help and such? So I think it's a valid question, but a little bit like what you were saying, Dash, is that if you're on site, you already have that location, but you have to put into the figure how much time is it going to take for me to get there and get back? What kind of logistical problems am I going to do? So if I'm having to, if I'm going to do brisket and shit like that the day before, and I'm going to have to reheat it, how much time is it going to take for me to get there? If it's only going to take me 15, 20 minutes, no big deal. But if it's going to take me an hour to get there, I'm going to have to figure out how to have that food warm by that time or warmed back up. So there's some things to
There's
figure in.
lots of variables. So Susie says no handcuffs, Victor. No handcuffs.
Damn. How about spanking paddles?
Oh my! All right, you know what, Victor? I'm about to put you on timeout. Like
Oh, I've been
definitely
on
put you on
timeout too many
timeout.
times tonight. You know, by the way, I don't think I've ever actually been put on timeout.
It's
I'm
all right,
feeling
you
like
know.
I'm feeling
You're
like Quentin and Chachi.
well, rarefied earth there, Victor.
Yeah.
Let's see. George says I have 3 turkeys scheduled to cook for Thanksgiving so far. I don't even want to talk about it. I have 16 slots. Boom. I had someone hit me up about a turkey in January. Like, I'm not missing this turkey this year. All right, man, I got you. I got you.
My big IVS. I unfortunately haven't been able to use it for the last 2 years, which kills me because I was so excited. And back during the pandemic, I had to buy it because I didn't have enough capacity for the stuff I was doing. And then all of a sudden, last couple of years, my health went to hell and I just wasn't able to do a lot of things. So I have yet to even get to do one turkey in it, but I know that I can fit 16 to 18 turkeys in it at one cook. But I haven't done a single turkey in it actually.
Okay. All right, so let's see. So Susie says, okay, you're missing what I'm saying. I said if I had a dime every time a guy said something to me about handcuff, that's what I was saying to Victor. LOL, not saying I didn't have handcuffs or wouldn't use them, but only the fuzzy ones for fun. So
It,
you know what,
it would,
Susie? All right, so hold on one second, Victor, before
yeah.
because so there is a cop in my area who is now actually like the captain in the area. She used to be a beat cop and she used to carry pink handcuffs. And she used to threaten I don't say the folks who were out on the corners with these pink handcuffs. She used to tell them, if you don't do right, I'm gonna put my pink handcuffs on you and stretch you in front of whomever. All right. And the whole thing is there's a guy in the community, like in the city council, actually. He's a councilman who I'm aware of. and he said, "Yo, are you Pink Cuff Lady, like Pink Cuff Cop?" And she said to him like, "Oh wow, you're old enough to remember that." And because that was the thing, that was how she used to, get folks to fly right. Basically, was she would threaten them to put them in her pink handcuffs. And mind you, this is like in the '90s and the early 2000s when dudes didn't want to have nothing to do with pink, nothing at all. So if you threaten them to put pink handcuffs on them, that was the end of the world. So, but she's now the district captain, which is crazy. I'm like, thank goodness I wasn't here that long, and I don't know nothing about that.
Seems like a good nickname for her would be Pinky.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but I like that. I like that. That's a police officer. The best skill that they can have is people skills.
Oh yeah,
and everything else is irrelevant.
She's a nice lady. Definitely a nice lady. A couple times I've talked to her because, like I said, I'm not say big, but I'm in the community, and like I said, So Quentin said, Susie should join the live to explain the handcuffs. She won't.
Yeah, you know what? She's one of these days she has to, though. And I think a lot of these people don't understand. I mean, I feel sometimes I'm on too much, but tonight we didn't have that many people. But when we've got full screen, there's times where I'm thinking, I'll only be on 30 minutes or so, so that other people can get on. And Susie, one of these days join, even if you're only going to join for 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Join in. We can put a face to the name.
I'm about to say, just say hi. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that one saying?
It says, George said, I wish I could make it down for homecoming this year, but my job is sending me to Mexico. All right.
I'm a little broken-hearted though that he's going to Mexico for work. That would be fun.
Indeed. Look at this. So Captain Newbie said, Russ said, "Oh, horror, George, how you survive?"
Yeah.
George says, "Good night, good peeps. Gotta get up in 6 hours to make the bacon." Yes, indeed. Totally understand. Thanks, George, for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you.
What would be great is if he actually worked at a meat plant, making bacon.
Making bacon. Somehow I knew that's where that was going. So Shade Tree says, "Hey Dash, the Eagles won." I know. You know who lost last week? Who lost last week? Someone comment down below. It's gonna be a minute before I see it, but still comment down below. Russ said 14 thumbs, 14 watching. Awesome. Look, Russ said, "Am I worried about the Jets?" No.
I'm not keeping track of the games this year like I should, like I'd like to. Mm-hmm. But this last Sunday, I did see that Seattle and Miami played, and those are actually my two teams. Man. And I'm thinking in some ways, well, this is cool. No matter what, I'm going to like the outcome. And yet at the same time, no matter what, I'm not going to like the outcome. Because and the reason why the two different teams is I'm old enough that the Seahawks didn't come around into existence until I was in high school. So I still kind of think of them as an expansion team, even though that's over 40 years ago. The Dolphins, when I was a little kid,
I was a young boy.
I decided, okay, I need to choose a team. And at that time is when Flipper was on TV. And I loved watching Flipper. And so I chose Miami because of the Dolphins. Still kind of happy how that happened because they're the only team to still have a truly perfect,
Undefeated.
you know. But when Seattle came along, when we did finally have a team in the Northwest, they're kind of like my adopted stepchild team. So those two teams, they're my channels. And by the way, our team. By the way, it's been hard to be a fan of the Dolphins for several decades because, let's face it, they just haven't been what I like to see them to be. And the
You said
issue
they
that they're
suck.
having,
Yep, they do.
you know, so I've been dedicated there. But if anybody's ever wondering why would Victor up in the Great Pacific Northwest like the Dolphins, that's why, because it goes back over what 50 plus years being a fan.
All right.
Uh,
Well,
55 years. Yeah, 55 years.
well, I am going to call it because I need to get up in the morning as well as everyone else. But
Not everyone else.
everyone else who is a productive member of society, aside from Victor.
I was productive before you were born, so
A current productive member of
there we
society.
go.
How about that, Victor?
Yeah.
Let's see. Nighty night, kids. I enjoy. So Shade Tree Shack says goodbye, good night. Biggie says thanks for thanks. I guess he's talking to Shade Tree Shack.
And Dash, I will be watching your video.
Right.
I wanted to get to it today and I didn't. Tomorrow I got the appointment. I want to watch it to where I'm focused on it. And I have a feeling I'm going to probably want to watch it a couple of times.
That's what I like to hear.
How much of it do you have? Because I started to watch a little bit of it. How much of it is just your editing program versus, if I understood you right, you did use the Pocket as the camera for that. So
I did. So
how much of it was related to the Pocket versus your software program?
aside from the fact that I said that I'm filming it on it, that was it. I didn't.
Okay.
Because I'm filming on the camera. Like the whole thing was, I set the camera up. So I'm sitting. Excuse me. So I'm sitting at my laptop right now.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I use my phone. The Pocket 3 was set up on the table and pointed at my laptop screen. So I didn't I want to say call out
Okay.
or use
Right.
or talk about the Osmo Pocket 3 because I would need something else to film it as I'm filming the Pocket 3, if that makes sense. So the whole thing was the majority of the meat and potatoes of the video was me talking about editing the video with the editing software I use.
I've seen some channels. Sean from Air Photographies, he seems to be a good DJI products person. Using the Pocket when walking along, and how even though you don't necessarily need to have
The stabilization
a camera that does that, and yet it's really interesting watching him doing it, how it just really smooths things out.
Mm.
And what I really like about that camera also is versus where you're seeing people using those large cameras, is how it's so slim and easy to use and to mount on things. And I'm really excited about that camera. It's just killing me that I haven't been able to use it yet.
Thank you, Susie.
Oh shit! Hi, Susie. I hadn't heard her name all night long.
Seriously?
I don't. Well, no, that can't be right because I remember her last name. I don't remember any comments from her tonight. And understand, I can't see. Only comments I see is what you're putting up.
Yeah, we talked about Susie a bunch tonight. Did you not hear the whole thing about her in the handcuffs?
I'm confusing names. I'm
Okay.
old. I'm going to use that excuse. Yeah. No, I'm
Cool.
feeling stupid. And
All
now I'm
right.
trying to wonder who was I confusing her with? Yeah. I mean, we talked.
Maybe Laura.
I don't know, but no. Obviously, we talked about Susie tonight. But
Mm.
somehow, for that moment, I confused the name.
So Grumpy says my camera view of the computer screen was a lot better than I would have guessed, and I actually agree because when I was filming it, I'm looking at a basically like a 1 inch by 2 inch screen here, and I can only see what I see, and then when I edited it, it was still on a screen that was about a quarter of the size of the entirety of my video, of the entirety of the screen. So it seemed like it was going to be a lot worse than it was. I was thoroughly impressed. I won't say next time, but if I do it again, I would push the screen, my laptop screen, back just a little bit because the screen was like they call it keystoned, where it was a little off and it wasn't completely, fit into the view of the camera. I'm trying to use the correct term, the frame. It wasn't completely in the frame of the shot, but I thought I did okay, and I didn't move my laptop screen, and I didn't move the camera, I don't say at all. So now, Victor, you asked me, I don't say all the time, but you've asked me a time or two before how long the battery lasts on the camera.
And that was my next question going to be.
See, that video when I filmed it raw was about an hour and 45 or almost 2 hours long.
And was that on the large or the small battery?
So I have it set up to always work in conjunction with the big battery and the onboard battery, because it provides a better place for me to hold on to it.
Yeah,
and it makes it a way more stable. So,
and that's how I've got it hooked up because I am playing around with it, and the big battery just fits better in the hand. So it's like, well, it's nice having that small one if I was out in the field doing some stuff. So I had it as a backup, but I think I'm primarily just going to use the big one because why not?
So Grumpy says yes. The sensor and the screen were not on the same plane. It was off just a little bit, and of course I didn't see it I didn't notice it until after I filmed and edited the video for the behind the scenes video, the edit video. That's very difficult to talk about. So Shade says, can you do a follow-up video of you running with the camera? No, not at all.
I'm sorry. I'm picturing right now Dash running at all. And to be fair, I don't run at all, but then I've got a half a leg excuse for it too. But you get to a certain age where you don't run if you don't have to.
Exactly. So it's funny you said that, Victor. I remember, I won't say playing basketball, but when my boys were playing basketball, they're like, "Daddy, let's play 1-on-1," and I'm like, "No, I'm all right, I'm good." "No, you can't play basketball. You can't do this." I'm like, "Hand me the ball." They throw me the ball, and I hit a nasty jump shot. They're like, "Daddy, you have a jump shot. Let's ball out. Let's play. Blah blah blah." I'm like, just because I can, doesn't mean I have to. And it was one of those moments that I know taste tester number 2 had an epiphany. And I said, just because I can. He's like, "Daddy, you got the shot. Why don't you do the blah blah blah?" I don't need to. I don't have anything to prove to you. If I need to make a shot, I'm sure I could. I said, but I don't need to run around and compete with you. And I'm like, mind you, he's 17 now. This fight was when he was 12 or 13. If that. This is now, mind you, this is 12. Taste tester number 2. I'm like, if that, I'm like, no. And when I say they were like super duper excited, Daddy, oh my gosh, you can do. Yes, just because I can doesn't mean I have to. So, but
And too many men don't make that, they don't learn that lesson until too late. Because when you do injure yourself when you're young,
you bounce right
you
back.
injure yourself for 15 minutes and then you're off and running. You don't think about it. You get to your age and even a few years even earlier.
Your
Suddenly
age.
that injury, you're feeling that for the next freaking week. And it's like, no, if I have to protect myself, or it's really important, I can
get across the street,
but
so I don't lose
you're
my life. Yeah.
But you're taking a risk of getting hurt. And you learn at a certain point, pain ain't no fun. And I don't need to impress other people and take the unnecessary risk of getting hurt.
So,
but when you're young and dumb, who cares?
Answer Biggie real quick. Yes, Biggie, I do have Instagram. I'm not as active on Instagram. My Instagram is Steel Drum Smokers. STEEL Drum DRUM Smokers. SMOKERS. Steel Drum Smokers. So many things wrong with this conversation. Yes, Russ, there are always. He says there's so many things wrong with this conversation. Well, duh.
That's what makes it fun. If everything was right, it wouldn't be interesting.
Grumpy said he couldn't run if a tiger was on my ass.
Yeah, the old saying there is, I don't have to beat my friend, I don't have to outrun the lion or the tiger. I just have to outrun my friend.
One.
Yeah.
Thanks, Susie, for posting up my Instagram page. Let's see. Russ said Grumpus would lure the tiger to the smoker, and then we could taste tiger. I think.
God, there's a line I could have said there, and I'm not going to. But Dash, knowing how I am, think what it is I'm thinking about eating tiger.
I'm
but it's there.
Yes, shade tree, sunflower seeds. I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I have. So this is where I work from, this exact spot. So there are a few creature comforts right where I am, and one of those creature comforts was some sunflower seeds. So I just put a little, dollop of sunflower seeds in my hands, and I finished the. It might have been a dozen seeds. You can go back and count how many I cracked open. But I am finished for the day. I'm done. I'm about to go to sleep and start over tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning. Victor, what's up?
I gotta go too. But I will say this: it just occurred to me. I don't remember hearing from Laura tonight. I don't recall you yawning one time tonight. Now that I've said it, you're gonna probably start doing it, but I don't remember you yawning.
I will tell you, I did, and it was once, maybe twice. But I did. I'm not even gonna say that I didn't, because I did. It was once, maybe twice. All right, so thanks, Biggie. He said he just followed me on Instagram. It was, man, what was wrong with you people? I don't know, Russ. Shade Tree said he enjoyed hanging out. Definitely enjoy you as well. Steven is back. He says sunflower seeds perfect for long distance driving. Yo, I am. Let me just tell you, I'm going out to Central Ohio on. I'm probably leaving on Friday evening and picking something up. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm driving.
I gotta ask you the question. Was that Steven, as in Steven and Jacqueline?
Yes.
Where the hell would he drive that's long distance? That island ain't that big.
maybe he's driving, I'm gonna say, a loop on the island.
Yeah. It's like when I hear people, they lived in Hawaii all the time and they talk about how they went for a long drive. It's like, there's no such thing as a long drive in Hawaii.
Well, there very well could be.
No. Even if we went all the way around the big island.
I'm about to say you're
How
doing
long?
loops.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't see that as a long drive.
Well,
Anyway,
put it into
Dash.
perspective, Victor.
Well, yeah, I'm going to let you go, Dash, and everybody who's still there. It's been fun tonight. I didn't expect this. Hey, there's Quentin.
Yeah, right.
But
So,
I'm
Laura, excuse me. Susie says, "Good night, everyone. Fun night. Have a safe and wonderful week." Yes, indeed. You too, Susie.
Yeah.
Quentin, be easy. Russ says he'll be driving the boat. Nice. Steven said, Victor, I did live outside the islands.
well. I
We were
need to
talking
hear
about
more about that, man. Yeah. Yeah.
he lived in the UK for a little while, and I'm pretty sure he lived in the States for a minute too. Like Steven has definitely talked about it. But Steven, I feel like you're typing right now. Just save it for next time, please, and thank you. I'll say I can't take it. All right, so man, Fallon, what's up? This is everything's relative, man. Oh man, it's sure enough. You know,
All right. Well, I got to go because my bladder is totally full. So, everybody, have a good night.
Be easy, Victor. Thank you for hanging out. All right. Yes, indeed. I cannot agree with you more. Homie Fallon said, everything's relative. Indeed. Thank you, sir. Definitely, indeed. Man, it's one of those things where you don't understand how to put things into perspective until you realize the relativity of, I'm gonna say, different relationships or different things. Because what's offensive to you or something that is like, oh my goodness, people say, I don't say all the time, but when driving on the East Coast, I can get from one state to another state in about 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. Until you start getting further south. And then once you get further south, the distance between the state border and then the lower state border, it increases. But when you take that same distance perspective and go out west to, let's say, I don't know, Texas, you will be in Texas for what seems like an eternity. So, relative and perspective, hand in hand. All right, Blind Man says, night, everyone. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, man. Russ says, love you all. Have a good night. Yes, Russ. Same. Hey, he also replies and said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Alan says, absolutely. I think the perspective and the relativity, boom, they go hand in hand like peas and carrots. It's called calmness. Sure. Like buttermilk. Boy, oh boy. Oh yeah. And then Fallon says, yes, and it's all flat. Yo, in Texas, they do have the hill country, which is Austin, and oh my gosh, I swear you can see different hills, and hills is all it is. I have to drive 7-8 hours to leave the state. Yeah, like Grumpus. Says I have to drive 78 hours to leave the state. Let's see. Russ says, isn't it great when you hit the state line and still have 8 hours left? No, it's not. Big E says, hey Dash, how can I speak to you one-on-one about my barbecue catering business? Just need 30 minutes of your time. I'm completely lost. And said he'll pay me for my expert advice. I don't know about expert advice, but hit me up on Instagram. That's a good place to start. And then what'll happen is if hit me up, Big E, to say, hey yo, I hit you up on a live stream last night, wanted to talk about blah blah blah. And I will say, hey, boom, hey, here's my number, hit me up. Here's my number, give me a call. Or leave your number and I'll give you a call when I can. Retrowave Universe says, what's the easiest way to light charcoal? Like, how do you stack wood and charcoal so it burns clean? The easiest way to light charcoal is lighter fluid, honestly enough. It's just most people don't have the patience or don't exercise enough patience to get charcoal and lighter fluid lit. Or what they do is they create like a bonfire in their cooker, and it over smokes things. It makes things bitter. It makes things not I don't say appetizing, but it just over smokes everything. It overpowers everything, and it's just not a good way to present yourself as far as cooking. All right. Biggest suggestion, thanks. Yes, indeed. All right. So I want to say I think that's about it, but I am done. I am spent. I'm ready to turn off the lights and go to sleep. So if you have more questions, try to follow. I don't say follow them up. Try to save those for future live streams, maybe. But this was very fun. Thank you so very much for hanging out. Those you guys, Retrowave Universe, Big E, Grumpus. Let's see who else is still here. Russ is still here. Fallon, thanks for hanging out and checking in. Definitely appreciate you. Blind Man Cooking. Blind Man. Big E. We talked about Big E. Susie. Can you follow? Very cool. Camera. All right. It's like, goodness gracious. This dude's got more shoes than a little bit. All right. So I have StreamYard pulled up and I am finished checking out. Actually, before I do that, let's just make sure to do. Oh, man, they make it so difficult for you to be able to find your kids. Maps. I was trying to make sure that I didn't forget anyone and didn't omit anyone's comments. But thank you guys again. Retrowave Universe, Susie, Grumpus, Quentin. You guys are in the last or top 20, if you will. But thank you guys so very much for hanging out. I am going to go ahead and end the stream. If you needed or wanted transcript from tonight, you can go ahead out to YouTube, and I'm sure you could find this video. So, all right, I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.